Welcome to Tam's Side Goodbye. She's ready to take you to your high. All you gonna do is open your mind. Take a ride and a deep dive into your life.
Welcome to Tam's Life Advice, where I give you a little advice from the perspective of an ENFJ counselor. So today we're talking about, do you really do unto others as you would have them do unto you? And first of all, that's a biblical reference. You can look at Matthew 7:12, you can look at Luke 10:27, and you can look at Mark 12:31. So, one of them is, therefore, whatever you desire for men to do to you, you shall also do to them. And then the other one is love your neighbor as you love yourself. I'm sure that you've heard those Bible verses. They're quite common phrases in our population. But tell the truth. Do you really treat other people the way you want to be treated? I would say the answer to that for a lot of people is no. Unfortunately, the answer to that is no. But then again, there are people who do that quite consistently. I think the majority of people probably honestly try to live by that mantra, but I think there's a varying percentage within each person. Some people practice it a lot more than others, but can you imagine the world if we all just treated people how we want to be treated? And there are some people that manipulate and they take advantage of people, and that's definitely not treating somebody the way you would want to be treated. Or they take advantage of people's kindness, or they put themselves first always, like they can't go without. They have to get their own needs met at whatever cost. Sometimes in the corporate world, people will step on you to get ahead. Is that really treating someone the way that you want to be treated? And it's interesting because, I think one of the things that I don't like as an ENFJ is I don't like hypocrisy. A hypocrite is someone who acts in contradiction to his or her stated beliefs or feelings, right? So it's a contradiction, right? So people can be hypocritical. People can be quite selfish at times, self-centered, egotistical, not happy for someone's success or positive things, which is interesting to me. I think, if you're in that situation, how would you feel? Would you want someone to be happy for you, proud of you? But sometimes people will take that and turn it into anger, and it shines a light on their own insecurities and they can't handle that. And so then they become vindictive and mean. So those are all things that we need to work on. There are, of course, things that complicate do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But try your best to do those things, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you let somebody walk all over you, or you stay friends with people who treat you poorly or who are mean to you. I'm not saying that at all, but you definitely want to put out that energy as much as you possibly can. Let's put a little twist on this. I like to put a twist on things. That's really, if you look at all my videos, there's usually a twist or something that I question and put up against the status quo, really. So let's put a little twist on it. I think what can cause people to not do unto others is your love language. So if you look at my love language videos, I break down every single love language. And sometimes we can become offended or feel like somebody is not treating us in the way that they would treat themselves because we don't share the same love language. So, I'm big on words, like how you speak to me. I can become offended pretty easily if you disrespect me, right? But for somebody else, they might not care so much about words. It might not hurt them as badly, and so they're not they're treating you in a way that wouldn't be so bothersome to themselves. Or, I'm not a big acts of service person, even though I've done a lot of it, because it seems like so many people around me like it, but it's not really my thing. Like, I don't do it and feel like, oh my gosh, this was so amazing. I feel like exhausted and like, can I help in some other way? I just don't want to pack up a whole house for you, So somebody could be offended by that and feel like you're not treating people the way you want to be treated. But me personally, I try not to ask people to serve me very much. We all kind of do what we like, even though that could be misconstrued. Another thing that could complicate do unto others could be how you were raised. You feel loved and cared for as a kid. Did you feel like you got your needs met, or did you have to fight for your needs to be met? Like, did you feel like your life was chaotic and complicated, or was it comfortable and stable and steady? So all of those things can interfere with doing unto others if you're always, you're trying to fight to get your needs met. Or maybe you got praised because you were, you learned that when you achieved something, that's when you got praised and you like that. And so that means, will you get any achievement by any means necessary? So we have to look a little bit deeper when it comes to treating others the way that we want to be treated. You just basically need to treat people with respect and kindness. And that's the number one thing. And just be careful of negative emotions like jealousy, envy, competitiveness, even though some competitiveness is fine, SPs tend to be very competitive. So I think that's okay. But competitive, when it gets to the point where you're becoming vicious and hurting people, well, that's a different problem. If you're having a hard time dealing with difficult people, check out my book, The Workplace Narcissist by Tamara Hunter Zyon with a Y on Amazon. Until next time, go make your life work for you. Yeah.
Personality disorders, stay away from them narcs. Watch your personality target, you know who you are. Welcome to Tam Psych Advice.